It's Wednesday night. It's time for Super Geeked Up. And we like to kick things off with the Geek Tweet of the Week. Nicole, what is that?
Yes, the Geek Tweet of the Week is, if you could be any character from Star Wars, who would you be? So, Jeff, let's start with you. Who would you be?
I would be, this is an excellent question, by the way, because Star Wars is the best thing ever. I would be Luke Skywalker, because he's always been my favorite character. I just love I think it's a great arc that he goes through from this whiny farm boy to awesome kick-ass Jedi Knight. And, yeah, so I'd be Luke Skywalker.
Awesome. I would be Ahsoka Tano, because she's from the Clone Wars, but Ahsoka Tano, she's Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. And she's trained to be a Jedi, and she was assigned to him by Yoda. But anyway, she's really cool. I really like her. I wanted to be her for Halloween, but I wasn't. But anyway, that's who I would be, but it's from the Clone Wars. So, and Amy, who would you be?
I've always liked Han Solo ever since I was a kid, so I'd be Han Solo.
Nice.
Good answer. And then what about Alasdair? Who would you be?
I would be Obi-Wan, because even though he gets to see it all, and even though he was there when it all went wrong, he still takes on Luke and still tries to set everything right, even after everything that happened. Good
answers, you guys. We have a couple from Twitter. They tweeted in earlier on in the week, and Matt, he also says Han Solo, because he's a badass. He gets to pilot the Millennium Falcon and gets the girl at the end. And then Adriana Prosser from Cranium Cookie, she says Mara Jade. Kick-ass redhead, need I say more? And at Hunter's Realm says, if it's just the movies, I'd go Vader, Lando, or Chewie. If you can go novels, I would add Dash Rendar or Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, so I love, by the way, that both Adriana and Hunter's Realm mentioned a couple characters from the books, Thrawn and Mara Jade. Mara Jade's the best character who's ever been created in the book series of Star Wars, by the way. So awesome choices, guys. We also had a bunch of people chimed in on Facebook. Brett De Silva said Luke, like me, so you're a very smart man, Brett. Our buddy Darren Murphy from Timekeeper show, who Amy also knows well, says he wants to be R2 if he could upgrade to a C-3PO chassis, but he's still talking beeps.
That's funny. And then Nerd Rage Renegade says, Lando freaking Calrissian. What?
Yeah, Calrissian.
Okay, I'd kill some troopers and sit back with a cold, refreshing Colt 45.
That's awesome.
Those are some great answers.
And on Facebook, Jessica Brainard said an Ewok, which I like as well, because I love Ewoks.
Definitely.
Yeah. Shawn Smith on Twitter. By the way, folks, if you're watching live, please tweet us at SuperGeekedUp, #SGU. Shawn Smith, our buddy from Miami Web Fest, says, where's Tanya Dodds? Well, Shawn.
Good question.
Yeah, she knew, since Amy was going to come on, that we were going to talk about the amazing TV show Forever Night from the 90s, and she can't stand that show, so she couldn't take it. And, okay, that's not the real reason at all. It's really that she's sick. So wish her well. She'll be back next week. Actually, multiple people are asking about Tanya, actually. Who knew anybody liked Tanya? That's good to know.
Aww, come on.
I'm kidding, Tanya. All right. All right, cool. So let's introduce our guests here. They're from the series Caledonia, which shoots in Scotland, which is awesome just for that fact. We have the director. She plays Desdemona as well. Amy Hoff. What's up, Amy?
Yay!
Hi.
There she is. And we have... Okay, so I didn't actually ask you how you pronounce your last name, so I'm going to take a shot. Hopefully it's what it's like Alasdair Reavey. Is that right?
You got it. Hello, everyone.
He plays Detective Inspector Dorian Gray.
Yay!
Cool, sir. Thanks for being here.
Awesome.
All right, cool. So, guys, Amy, you want to tell people briefly what Caledonia is about if they haven't seen it?
Sure.
You want to keep it a secret instead?
She's like, well, you should have seen it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Should be watching it already, everybody. It is a supernatural program that's set in Scotland, in Glasgow. It's about a hard-drinking detective called Leah Bishop who accepts a transfer to a branch of Interpol, which is in the city of Glasgow, and she very quickly discovers that everyone that she's working with is actually a monster from folklore. Some of it's Scottish, some of it's outside of Scotland because it's an Interpol, so obviously there are different monsters that come in from all over the world that work with them. And basically she and her Victorian Selkie partner, Dorian Gray, investigate supernatural crime. So...
Nice.
So basically, it's amazing, and you guys should be watching it. So when this show's over, you need to go check it out.
You do. So, Alasdair, how is it? You want to talk a little bit about your character?
Sure thing. So, Dorian Gray is a Selkie, which is a Scottish monster, which is basically, they are seal men, so they can either be seals in the ocean, or they can take off their seal skins to become men on the land. So Dorian Gray is a seal that's been around ever since the Victorian era, and he is Leah Bishop's partner. And we have a great sort of double act going between them, because on the one hand you've got Leah Bishop, who, as Amy mentioned, is this hard-drinking detective who's been around, done everything, and on the other hand, you've got Dorian Gray, who's basically trapped in the Victorian era. So he's wandering around in a tailcoat and being just incredibly reserved. And I guess one could say incredibly British all the time, in the most extreme sense.
Nice. Those synonym, British and reserved. All right, very good. Amy, where can people watch?
The website is www.caledoniaseries.co.uk, which you can see under my name, hopefully. And there's also a dedicated YouTube channel, which is also at Caledonia Series. Twitter is the same. Facebook is the same. It's all Caledonia Series. We also have a Tumblr in case you're into that.
Cool. All right, guys. So go check out Caledonia after this is over, please. So I'm getting some crap from people for making fun of Tanya. Guys, it's not the first time I've made fun of Tanya, and it won't be the last. But Rachel in particular, is saying, "What? I love Tanya Dodds for the win. SGU, take that back." All right, fine. I retract. Tanya's great. All right, so
Jeff?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to tell you that you pronounce that word puka.
Oh, do you? Puka?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the puka.
That's
the puka. Good to know.
Puka, like P-O-O-K-A.
Why is there an H in there?
It's, well, the problem with Gaelic and Gaelic, both of the languages, they're really, there's a lot of fighting just in general about how to spell things and how things should be, done, because Gaelic or Gaelic, neither of those languages are actually sound anything like they're spelled. So each different word has like 20 different spellings, so you can use any one of them really. But it's a shape-shifting monster from Ireland.
All right, cool.
And it's actually
we
quite
learned something.
common.
Sorry, Rachel. I will
Famous
the
Irish
puka from
one,
now
so.
on.
I was told that I should tell you that, so I wanted to tell you before we moved on away from the folklore things.
Is Rachel the one who told you? Because Rachel, just tell me yourself, please.
You're the one that's it.
All right. Anyway, so we also have a special guest who just joined us, Shawn Smith here from Miami Web Fest.
Oh goodness, I see you.
Hey.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hi, Shawn.
You can hear me this time, right?
Yes, we can.
I can see you too.
Amazing. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
I'm wearing a baseball hat for a change.
Nice.
Yeah, you're looking very stylish, sir. All right, so let's get into it. By the way, Shawn's on because every week he's like, "Oh, so I'm going to be on the show again this week, right, Jeff?" I'm like, "No, you're not. Stop harassing me." But so I decided just to let him on this week.
Well, that was kind of.
You should invite Darren Murphy too, so we can have like, and we can talk about
Miami Web Fest
dolphin
reunion
problem.
The dolphin.
Yeah, we can have
All right, so here, let's get to, all right, so actually, Shawn, since you're a fellow huge Star Wars fan, so to answer our question that you missed, what Star Wars character would you be, if you could be anybody?
Oh, this is so easy. I'd be Chewbacca.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know why I'd be Chewbacca? Because I can't grow any chest hair, and I think it'd be cool to have some, and also be very tall.
Can you do his voice, though? Yeah!
Pretty good, Matt.
That's a good job.
Nice. All right, here. Let's move on.
Shawn.
Let's move on to our next segment here, guys. And again, if you're watching, @SuperGeekedUp is the place to tweet, and hashtag SGU. We're going to do a new segment. It's called Geeky Captions.
What?
Yeah, it's very exciting. At least Nicole is excited.
I'm excited.
So I sent these pictures out earlier this week. Nicole found them. So actually, I'll let her explain it.
Awesome. Well, I was just looking on the internet, and I found two really kind of crazy, geeky related pictures, and I thought, why don't we try and come up with captions for them? And so one of them is a stormtrooper, and one of them is a camel. Do we have them to show everybody else?
Yeah, is that showing up?
Here's one. Okay, here's the first one. And so I think that we should all come up with a caption, what you think that it should say underneath it. Does anybody want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Sean, you got a caption?
No, why would I go first? I'm completely unprepared. Let me go
Okay,
third. Third's my magic number.
I'll go. I don't know if, I saw some people had tweeted in, and I'll try and not say anything about what they said, but my caption was, oh, just hanging out at Grandma's with this little guy. Yeah,
it does look very much like a grandma's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So my caption is, the Empire's official 2014 Christmas card. On Twitter, we actually got some amazing tweets. Like the first two tweets I got actually just blew it out of the park. Nathaniel Collum from web series Abigail, who's been on our show, tweets in as a caption, "This isn't the dog you're looking for."
Oh.
I know, right? You wish you thought of that one.
Cool.
Yep.
And then at Hunter's Realm says, "Who you calling scruffy looking?" Very nice.
I got one.
Okay.
It
Go for
says, Chewbacca's finally captured by Imperial forces.
Oh.
Nice.
Look at that little guy. He's so cute.
Amy or Alasdair, do you have a caption?
I did have one, but it's been it's already kind of similar to something that's gone on, so I'm trying to desperately do a new one.
You can say the same thing.
You know what I do when I don't know something, Alasdair? I just make shit up.
Which just happens a lot, because Shawn doesn't usually know what's going on.
No, and according to Jeff, everything I do is in jest.
That's true.
Don't agree.
It is.
All right, let me share another one from Twitter.
That conversation is about me, so I'm agreeing.
So on Twitter, the True Sexy Nerd Guy, which I think is an alias for Shawn, says, I may miss everything I shoot at, but I miss nothing more than Mr. Pickles, the love of my life.
Oh.
That's really cute.
That's sad.
If you're watching live, folks, please feel free to tweet in your own captions if you haven't already. So, any guys, Amy or Alasdair, anything you want to share caption-wise?
Yeah, just the one I had before was just the private was sure that the Wookiee rebel he'd captured was going to earn him a promotion this time.
Nice.
Cool.
Amy?
Honestly, it just reminds me of it reminds me of Gishwez. We did it this year, and that was one of the things you had to do, or well, sort of something you had to do every year, I think, on Gishwez. So.
You had to dress up as a stormtrooper? And
yeah,
capture
every
the
year
dog?
they've got like a different weird stormtrooper whatever thing. Yeah, this year it was you had to go to the spa dressed as a stormtrooper. Last year it was you had to clean the pool or something dressed as a stormtrooper. I forget exactly, but there was a bunch of stormtrooper stuff you had to do. So that was the only thing I could think of was Gishwez 2014 because we Caledonia as a group, as a cast and crew all did it this year. So.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right,
well,
so we got one more.
To the next
fun. It was a lot of work.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Here's the next one. Jeff, can you put it? There you go. So, what do you guys think? Do you want me to go? Shawn, do you want to go?
All right, so here I got one.
Okay.
The caption is, bitten by a radioactive spider gives you amazing spider-like powers. Bitten by a radioactive camel just turns you into a camel.
That's actually similar to what mine was. Mine was just Peter wasn't the only one to be bit by a spider. So.
I have one.
Okay.
Off the top of my head,
Yes.
Peter Parker had the worst case of camel toe known to man.
Damn it! Sean, you did that last week. You did the same thing to me last week, jerk.
No, I didn't.
He talks about camel
Yeah, he
toe
did.
last week too.
No, he like got me. He did the thing I thought of right before I did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I had a different one though, which was something to do with camel spiders.
Oh.
Have you ever seen them things? They're scary.
Yeah, really scary, and like, aren't they poisonous and stuff too?
Yeah, wind scorpions, I think they're called. So that was camel spider was the other idea I had. So I'm not good at this stuff. Sorry, guys.
It's hard.
By the way, on Twitter, Anthony Davis agrees with me that Shawn Smith doesn't know half of what he says.
It's true.
I thought he was agreeing with Sean because Sean said that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's right. Wait a second. That actually runs counter to.
All right, Alasdair, any caption for this one?
This one's just. I just saw this picture and it's just pretty much blown my mind the whole time.
All right, there he goes. His mind is blown.
I just don't even know what to do. Make of this thing.
Oh my gosh. It's pretty ridiculous.
Right. Cool. So, all right. So I guess no more captions. That'll wrap up Geeky Captions. Very good, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So we got some other stuff coming up soon. We're gonna do some geeky news, including a little Star Wars Episode VII trailer. You might have heard about that. That came out. And we're gonna do a game of One True Pairing, which is actually awesome. That Shawn is not prepared for any of this stuff, which is I love.
Terrible.
Because he didn't know he was gonna be on the show. So, dude, listen. If you say to me every week, hey, am I going to be on the show? You should be prepared.
You're right. I'm prepared for an email I didn't get days ago. I hope Tanya appreciates the crap I'm going through for her because she's sick. Wasn't she? Yeah, and actually the week that Brian and I were on wasn't like the power out or something.
Mhm. Well, she lives in Canada, so.
Canada. In Toronto.
It's like it's Canada. It's like a third world country.
Yeah, no.
No, it's at least second world. It's us, then Mexico, and then they're kind of tied right between.
Hey, I'm standing in for Mexico right now. So
What?
I'm in Mexico.
I know, that was my
Mexico.
joke.
Look at everything. It's really Mexican. Actually, this whole house.
Doesn't look okay. So, guys, if you're watching live, we're going to take a quick commercial break if you're watching live, and we'll be back in a second.
Welcome back from commercial break.
All right. So now
Wow.
it's time for some geeky news. So on Friday, was that our geeky news theme song?
Yeah, I just made it up right now.
It was amazing.
It's time for geeky news. Dun 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 dun. Over to you, Jeff.
Oh, thank you, Nicole. This just in, not really because it came out on Friday, but the Star Wars Episode VII trailer, teaser trailer, debuted on Friday. And so, actually, as I just went to the one site, over almost 41 million people have watched on the one site I was looking at already. I'm sure other places, many millions more. So,
like my house.
Like millions of people came to your house to watch it?
It was crazy. It was like Halloween all over again.
Because they're like, we can't get this anywhere else except Shawn's place.
Except on Shawn's fireplace.
All right, good to know. So let's talk about what you guys thought of it. So, Shawn, we talked a little bit on email, but what did you think?
Yeah, we did. Okay, so as a huge Star Wars geek, and I should have, had I known I was going to be on, I would have worn my cool Darth Vader shirt.
Oh, dude, by the way, look at this. I'm prepared, man.
Yeah, again, I didn't get an email.
You should just be grateful that you're on.
Yeah, I should read. I had so many emails. The thing I'm the most excited about is like a return to like the lived-in look of the original trilogy, where it's not CGI and so bright and sparkly. Everything's like super dusty and gross, and then also a broadsword lightsaber.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Shawn, the first point I'm totally with you. What I loved about it, and by the way, I got like super excited watching this. Like, I've said this on social media, but it made me feel like
I mean, I wasn't supposed to say anything. I'm really sorry.
I did actually. Yep. Every time I watch it, I peed my pants.
100% milk pee.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
That's something else, Shawn.
I'm gonna make our buddy Anthony Davis hashtag that and make it trend. Milk pee.
So anyway, I love that it made me feel like a kid watching the original trilogy because, Shawn, I think you're right. It felt very much like it had a lot of the feel of that first trilogy, right? And I love that, and that was awesome. What I also thought was cool is that there was also shots like with the stormtroopers in the carrier of like a grittier kind of feel. So I think it's the coolest Abrams is keeping the feel of the original, but he's also bringing his own take to it, which I like a lot. I thought that was awesome.
The shot on the carrier was also really cool because it was reminiscent of Clone Wars, seeing the deployment of troops. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you think?
Oh, I agree with you guys. I don't have anything else to add.
What the hell? I agree.
No, honestly, it makes me want to see more because I felt like I didn't get to see enough. Like, I just wanted to see more, obviously. That's the point, right, is that it teases you so that you want to see it.
That'd be hilarious if there was a trailer of some sort that you watched it and it was like, okay, that's the whole movie. You don't need to pay the $12 now. We're good.
Aww.
Amy, Alasdair, any thoughts on the... First off, do you guys like Star Wars?
Yeah, I really like Star Wars. I don't even hate the new trilogy. I don't like it as much.
Thank you. Finally, somebody else that doesn't hate it.
I don't like it as much as the original, but I don't hate it. So, and like as you guys were saying, it looks like we're kind of going 50-50 in the feel. It's got that gritty, lived-in look, as you were saying, but it's also got the kind of really slick modern thing going on because it is a modern production. So I'm kind of excited to see these two things maybe coming together, best of both worlds maybe. That should be pretty cool.
Awesome. Amy?
I've been a Star Wars fan for a very, very long time. I really like the new. I like the new trailer. It looks pretty cool. I'm not one of the people that likes the new Star Wars at all. But I will say I was there the very first day, and in the town where I was at the time, everyone thought that everyone was going to be there on the first night. So I was there with my friend Mike, and we were the only people in the theater to see when the new ones came out. So that was interesting. That was a long time ago now, but I really liked the new trailer. But the part of it that like completely blew the rest of it out of the water was seeing the Millennium Falcon again, because I absolutely love Han Solo and I love the Millennium Falcon. And I love Star Wars a lot, and that's like that part of the story is my favorite part of the story. So seeing the Millennium Falcon again was just like, yay! I used to have a car called that actually.
The Millennium Falcon.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Amy, I'm totally with you.
Yep.
The two parts that got me most.
Board in the back.
No way, did it?
Yeah, no, it had like swivel seats and a chest board and it had like a little turret thing where you could like look out. I'm not even kidding, okay?
Oh. I was like, this is the greatest car ever.
Oh my gosh.
You're completely flabbergasted.
One of my many vehicles, but that was it.
Nice. So I totally agree with you. The two parts that got me the most excited about the trailer were seeing the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wings. I was like, that's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
What I also loved is that, like, particularly at that very end with the Millennium Falcon, because that's when the main fanfare, the score kicked in that we all know, John Williams, Star Wars theme, and which is perfect timing, and also just like the familiar sound effects, like when the TIE fighters go by the Millennium Falcon, you hear that classic TIE fighter sound, right? It's the same exact sound they used in the original trilogy. That's the kind of stuff I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is like why I love Star Wars.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough year.
Pants, so.
Yeah.
Right, that was the main thing. I was like, now I can go pee.
No,
how long did you wait?
It's really amazing how a score does that, though. I mean, like, man, I hear Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and you're just like off in this other world the second you recognize the sounds, and I don't know. It's amazing how music can do that. Like, I think that's really cool.
Absolutely, and all the ones you just mentioned were by the amazing John Williams, my favorite film composer of all time. And
I
hey,
like
guess what?
him. I've heard bad things, but
I've actually got to see him live multiple times. He's composing. He's awesome. I mean, conducting. Not composing. I wasn't in the room there when he composed. I'm actually sitting over his shoulder, like watching him compose.
Can you imagine? It's like this guy selling tickets. Come and watch me like write down songs.
I go to
Hello, Jeff.
Pay for that.
I go to what, Skywalker? What's it called?
Skywalker Ranch.
Skywalker Ranch. Yeah, I hang out at Skywalker Ranch with John Williams.
You're like, oh, hey, sure. Oh, good call.
Yeah, good choice. I agree.
We're gonna play this as a
yeah,
main.
you know, speaking as a writer, that would just be a lot of going like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Or oh, I'm supposed to be writing. That's right. What have I got? 2 days. All right, start writing now.
On Twitter, Anthony Davis thought the Star Wars trailer looked too much like Star Trek. While Abrams is doing both of those, I actually did not think it looked like Star Trek at all, really. I didn't get that vibe. I think it looked like Star Wars.
I watched the Star Trek one.
Oh, whoops. And Dezel says, I don't know why the prequel trilogy gets as much hate as it does. So Dezel's, Alasdair, and me are at least 3 people who don't hate the original.
I don't hate the original.
Okay, we have 4 now. Maybe 5 with Shawn.
Yeah, I said 5.
Okay,
Sorry,
good.
guys,
There we go.
I don't hate it.
I can't.
Good.
Get on that. I can't get on that. I can't get on that bandwagon. Sorry.
Chris Hadley says, you got to see John Williams conduct live.
I'll get on my Forever Night bandwagon.
Well, everybody should be on that bandwagon. Forever Night, yeah.
Yeah, that's Forever Night. Forever Night should be.
All right, so Shawn, you brought up
Everybody, watch Forever Night.
You called the broadsword lightsaber.
Oh, so awesome.
Which now let me ask you this.
I have problems.
Cool. Well, it's kind of cool because I've never seen that before. But I'm trying to figure out how are they going to use those little edges of it that comes out. Like, what use would that have?
But that's also in the books, right? Like, they have them in the books.
I don't know. I didn't think so, but maybe they do.
Yeah, well, that's...
So it's the extended universe. Like, it goes way beyond just the traditional design. In the extended universe, there's literally a lightsaber whip.
Oh.
Yeah, like that is canonically a thing, which is you've got like if everyone remembers Darth Maul's twin blade, you've got far more ridiculous versions of the same thing where it had an S bend in the middle, and there's actually a huge amount of stuff if you're looking into the books of modified blades and tons of different things you can do. So actually, all things considered, I'm feeling that the broadsword lightsaber is pretty tame. Also, if we can like see Jeff's camera, you can see the poster for A New Hope in the background.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you can clearly see that Luke is holding a broadsword lightsaber right there. Like, it's clearly already been done.
Oh, I never even thought of it that way. Well,
wow, you're right. What a nerd.
No, man, Alasdair, yeah, he just took us to school.
That's amazing.
But my thing is, what purpose does that have, the way it showed in the trailer, except chopping your own hand off?
No, you're not going to chop your own hand off. I'm going to say this because I thought of it instantly. If you're a friggin' Jedi or Sith, you think you're going to tell me that you can't, like, with your powers, control your own sword and not cut your hand off? It's like the least possible. It's like dunking a cookie to them. Like, oh, let me dunk a cookie in some milk. Mmm.
Well, I like that you're milking cookies. That's a good reference. Amy and I want to know, though, what is the purpose of the broadsword part of the lightsaber?
It's freaking badass. That's all that matters.
No, besides looking cool, because that's not good enough just to look cool.
Okay, fine.
Help us out.
Listen, as an extended guard, it protects the hand, which we know that people in this trilogy lose hands when they're wearing black.
Well, that is true. You're right. Was that your artificial hand thing?
Yeah, it was my hand going away. It looked more like the Doctor Who thing where he got his hand back 10 with regeneration, but whatever.
Alexander Martin on Twitter, by the way, says, I want the Star Wars The Force Unleashed lightsaber. So there's another lightsaber. And It's been too long since I played that game, so I don't remember. But
Actually, it's funny. I wanted to play Old Republic the other day.
That's one of the best games ever made.
Yep.
Good choice. Speaking of BioWare games, because that's like one of my first BioWare games, I'm playing Dragon Age Inquisition right now, and it's amazing.
That's awesome.
Like, not right this minute, which like, I'm not playing as I'm talking to you guys, which I should be, but...
All right, it's time for me to go get a beer.
Yeah. So I play games, and I also and John Williams is sitting right here composing, by the way, too, off screen.
Off screen.
I can't play games right now. I don't have a TV, so we can't hook up our PlayStation.
You can... Nicole, you have a TV?
I'm famously not a gamer.
No.
Well, you can play PC games or computers, or Android games or iOS games.
Or you could get an Ouya.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
And plug it into anything with an HDMI port.
You could.
And you could emulate stuff.
Alasdair, he wasn't tripping on that idea.
Obviously, someone didn't like the Ouya.
There are a lot of great platforms out there.
He's like, and that's not one of them.
Seriously, I'm getting a beer.
Go for it. People get drunk all the time on the show. All right.
I've never seen that. I'd pay to see that, actually.
All right, so that was our video game.
You should do like Super Geeked Up drunk.
Oh, you need to watch with Hench, the guys from Hench.
Yeah, watch you guys with Hench. They were drunk, well, at least one person in particular, off their asses. I think, Shawn, you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So Chris Hadley, by the way, our buddy from Snobby Robot, says, "Hey, Amy and Alasdair," he waves. "Great to see you guys tonight. Love Season 2 of Caledonia."
Aww.
They don't want to respond to you, Chris. Okay, I'm not sure.
Just kidding.
I just said thanks, man. What the crap?
Well, you're on a delay with us apparently because you're like getting the stuff we're saying a little bit in delay.
Shout outs to Chris. Thanks a lot.
And Dezzles, I guess, is backing up Shawn here, saying, "I can think of lots of ways the broadsword saber could be useful. A little extra stabby when stuck close up.
Or protection of the hand."
Dezzle says, "Not a fan of the Old Republic. Oh, but I freaking adored Knights of the Old Republic." That's actually what I thought you were talking about, Shawn. Sorry, Knights of the Old Republic.
No, it is what I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I just didn't feel like spelling out all the letters. K-O-T-O-R.
KOTOR.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. So, there any final thoughts on Star Wars Trail? Anything you guys want to bring up about it?
I did. I got something.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
We finally figured out after the South Africa World Cup where all the Jabulani soccer balls went to. Right at the very beginning, one of the opening shots.
The robot guy.
Yeah, it's like the leftover Adidas soccer balls from the World Cup.
It is actually. You're 100% right. That's exactly what that is.
Alasdair's like, "You're 100% right on that, 100% wrong on video game platforms."
Yes.
I didn't. He's right. I was wrong. I just threw Ouya out there because I like them.
Ooh, yeah.
Dazzles, by the way, on Twitter says, "The first time he was on Super Geeked Up, he wasn't drunk, but I was super hungover. Second time, he was fine." Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that, Dazzles. You're hungover. Nice to know.
Awesome.
I just thought that's the way you were normally.
Well,
all right. So, yeah, Nicole, are we sharing any geeky gossip?
We have some geeky gossip, although it's not completely gossip because it's been confirmed.
It's actually not gossip at all, to be honest with you. This segment is a lie.
It's a lie. It's not really. I wanted to do gossip, but actually, like, this rumor stuff was now confirmed.
Geeky truth is what this is.
It's a geeky exclusive. Okay, guys. I have the Suicide Squad cast that's, like, official. So...
by the way, before you read that, I like how you just said it was exclusive, even though this has already been reported by Variety and a million other sources.
I know.
Yeah.
But obviously, you guys don't read Variety or any of that nonsense. You just watch us for your news.
Okay, guys. So it's
awesome.
Confirmed that for sure. Jared Leto is playing the Joker. Will Smith is Deadshot. Tom Hardy is Rick Flag. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Jay or Jai? I'm not sure. Jay, Courtney, Boomerang. Cara Delevingne, the Enchantress. And they're going to be shooting in April in Toronto. So I was going to tell Tanya, like, check it out, take pictures for us. sneak on set, but she's not here. But I'll have to tell her that anyway.
And this time, if she gets a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, wait. This is actually the gossip part because this hasn't been confirmed yet. But this is where the gossip comes in. Dun 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 dun. So, it's been rumored that Jesse Eisenberg. It's been rumored that Jesse Eisenberg is going to be playing Lex Luthor in the film because he's first going to play it in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, but we don't know, there's not a confirmation on his deal, so that's still a rumor. It hasn't been confirmed yet.
So that's by the way one hell of a all-star cast they got lined up for that movie. I didn't expect them to have that many high-profile actors in it.
Well, this is a good point they brought up because what it said was Warner Brothers has been viewing this project as the Ocean's 11 of comic book movies. This is what they said. This is quote. And so they've been looking to load up the roster with top-tier talent. And then actually, some of the cast that they have are going to be starring in other Warner Brothers films coming out. So, for example, Jay Courtney is appearing in the upcoming Terminator reboot. So that's something to look forward to. There's a bunch of other stuff. And then also one more thing that's rumored, this is not official yet, is they're still trying to cast the role of Amanda Waller, who the character that oversees the whole team.
Obviously, so, Shawn is going to play that.
Come on, you saw my range.
Unfortunately, they're looking at... he has to be a black woman because they're looking at Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, and Oprah Winfrey.
Shawn is the perfect choice.
Come on, clearly.
But actually, it's been rumored that Oprah Winfrey is the top choice for this character.
Which I can actually see her playing that role, but I also think it's hilarious at the same time.
You get a murder, and you get a murder, and you get a murder.
Now, how do you feel about that?
So what do you guys think? So, who I'm most surprised at? I had no idea Will Smith. I didn't think Will Smith was going to be in a movie like that.
No, I didn't.
He has been in. He was in. Oh my God, what is it called? The superhero movie he was in. I'm blanking out right now.
Yeah, with not Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman. No. Charlize Theron.
My super ex-girlfriend.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Hancock.
Hancock. Thank
Hancock.
you.
Okay.
I love when you take me seriously for half a second, and then you're like...
Wait, no. Hancock.
All right, so anyway, what do you guys think, Shawn, about the movie, the cast? I think Jared Leto... I think
that's the one I'm most excited about. When I saw the news about Jared Leto, I was really excited. I was a little bit disappointed because that means that 1 30 Seconds to Mars song is going to end up on the soundtrack, guaranteed.
Probably, yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I'm not a Suicide Squad fan.
I've never really gotten too into them. They've been on Arrow, and it's cool, but I'm excited for this movie, though, to be honest with you. I'm excited to see what they're doing with it. Yeah, I am.
I think it's going to be fun.
Alasdair, any thoughts on Suicide Squad movie and the cast?
I'm pretty excited about the cast choices. They said they were going for really top-tier actors, and that's exactly what they've done so far. So, and of late, it seems that this whole genre of the whole superhero, supervillain thing has just been getting better and better as years have gone by. So I've got some pretty high hopes for this. I'm hoping that it's going to continue the trend of decent films that have been coming out.
Nice. By the way, Alasdair, at the Puka, I'm going to say it right now, says on Twitter, Alasdair has issues with video game platforms, LOL, but he's awesome on Caledonia series. Okay. All right. I don't think he has issues with most platforms, just the one Shawn mentioned.
Yeah,
I mentioned one.
Yeah.
I think he likes the other video game platforms.
Yeah, PC's great. There are some others that exist, I think. I don't know.
Game Stick.
Oh, jeez.
Leapfrog.
Come up with that.
No, I meant that.
Leapfrog.
Hold on. A Game Stick is a legitimate system. It is the exact same emulation software, but it was coming out on Kickstarter at the same time as Ouya, and it didn't get as popular because they didn't piss as many people off. Look it up. It's Game Stick. One word, not some
Sean,
creepy thing.
you want to go play Atari 2600?
I got a ColecoVision in my house still.
Do you still? Dude, that was my first system as a kid.
Dude, I wanted to play it while you were here, but you were too busy being milk drinking.
Oh, you're right. When we went home from the fest every night, I was just drinking milk, and I refused to play ColecoVision when you never asked me.
I've
That's what we
never
were all
seen-
doing.
We should have had a
Everyone at the
ColecoVision
web
party.
fest was.
Yeah.
I wish I'd had a GoPro on for the entire weekend, Jeff, because I think my favorite memory is you coming out of CVS with 2 huge jugs of milk, and a woman on the corner was begging for change.
Okay, part of the story is true.
I
I came out with 1 gallon of milk and a half gallon of orange juice. Because he doesn't have any milk or orange juice at his house, so that's where I was staying with. And yes, there was somebody who wanted money,
Hey,
but
wait a
I guess I
minute,
could
wait
afford
a
him a glass
minute,
of
wait a
milk.
minute. What is with the favoritism? You got to stay at Shawn's and the rest of us.
No,
got
I
to
mean,
stay
no, I
at
didn't.
home
I mean,
tolerate
I
it.
broke into his house and I refused to leave. Is what I meant by that.
He
You
stole
did.
the baby's
That's
crib.
what I.
Jeff,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
horrible.
He stayed in the big boy bed. And actually, I think you were the first person to stay on.
I was the first person to stay on that bed.
Stay on the new bed.
I was the first person to do something else on the bed. I won't tell you about too, but
I know about the milk tea.
yeah, that was it. Yes.
He wets the bed.
Uh,
Oh.
Okay, so Nicole's just disgusted by this whole conversation.
You know,
All
and
right,
the
so
thing
anyway,
is, we're always wondering why web series aren't taken seriously as a,
I don't
as a
have
medium.
no idea why they wouldn't be. Particularly with Sean and I around, I don't know why they wouldn't be taken very seriously.
Yeah, I was in mine. I mean, I knew immediately.
Milk is a very serious subject, so I don't know
Yes,
what.
my next series is all about milk.
He's rebranding the Got
I
Milk
thought your next series
campaign.
is all about.
What? Yeah, all about what? You cut out.
Sorry, Nicole was talking. I was gonna say I thought your next series was all about doing like that cartoon picture of me.
Oh, that's
Not me as I look right now, but
Yeah. It's well, it's not gonna be a cartoon though. But yes, I know you mean.
that's messed up.
That's another role
messed
that I'm
up when
playing.
it looks exactly like the picture I've got. Yeah. No.
Well,
it's,
yes,
no, Darren
we-
said
obviously
something
we
to do with
based it on
time
you.
travel. Yeah. No, it's a time travel thing. Darren says, and you know, Darren's got the lowdown on the dolphins too, so I'm gonna have to believe him.
Sure. Actually, he's not tweeting it tonight. I'm very disappointed. Timekeeper.
Yeah,
shit
what
is
the
not
heck,
tweeting
Timekeeper series?
Anthony Davis
Why?
on Twitter.
Why?
On Twitter, by the way, Anthony Davis says Shawn Smith is a perfect black woman.
I'm
We
telling
agree.
you, I got the pipes for it too.
Like singing.
Yeah, dulcet. I got dulcet tones coming out of me.
Chris Hadley on Twitter says a half gallon of orange juice and a gallon of milk? ? Exclamation point. Yes. Why? That's how I buy
That's how
things.
you-
Well, what? Dude, a quart's not enough. I can go through a quart in like one sitting.
Yeah, that is true.
Jeff would swim in milk if he could.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Bro, that would be awful. You'd smell. It would be like yuck. Wow.
Well, the smelling part, yeah, might be a problem. But that's actually one of my
Patrick used to bathe in asses milk.
Wait, Alasdair used to bathe in what?
Not me.
Cleopatra used to bathe in
Oh,
asses
Cleopatra.
milk.
I heard Alasdair for some reason.
He's like, no.
Alasdair and Cleopatra were very similar.
Cleopatra.
Oh yeah, no, we hung out back in the day. Me and Cleo.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Alasdair, you used to also rule the Egyptians and sleep with Julius Caesar, right?
Yeah, I've been there, I've done that. Twice.
I wouldn't be surprised. Twice. That would not surprise me one bit.
On Twitter, at the Puka says she still has an Atari and Coleco game system. Very good. We approve of that. Rachel, good job. All right, so I guess that'll wrap us up for anything. You got no other thoughts around the Suicide Squad? Okay, good. I didn't even wait for an answer. I just said that's it. All right. So,
And done.
and done. So we're going to take one more commercial break if you're watching live, and then we're going to come come back with one true pairing. See you in a second.
Welcome back from commercial break.
Hey, was that a telescope? What were you doing?
Yes, telescope, you got it, charades.
All right. Amazing. All right, so really amazing for the people listening on iTunes. You can't see, but that's why I described it. But thank you, guys. Keep listening on iTunes and subscribe. All right. So now it is time for the game segment, our last segment of the night. This is called One True Pairing.
Da da da. All
right, theme songs all night long from Nicole Wright. Okay. So
no, well, see, that's John. It's from John Williams. He's composing right behind you, so I was assuming that you were sending information over to Nicole.
Translating. It's coming out.
That's what's happening.
It's his new work. He's really
the voice of an instrument.
All right, so this is how One True Pairing works. I am going to give you guys a universe. You are going to pick a character from that universe. I will then give you a character I've selected, and you guys have to argue why your character and the character I give you would make the best romantic pairing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so since these guys are not going to know who I've chosen, it's going to be ridiculous. Okay, and you have to make your best argument, and so you can just argue why you think they would, or sometimes people like to give a little history, maybe how they met, whatever you want to do, go for it. Okay.
Okay.
So, and play along at home, folks, here, and you can decide, actually, because I will decide at the end, but Twitter help me out, who has made the best argument for the romantic pairing, and that will be a winner. All right? So, the first universe, since we've been talking about it tonight, Star Wars. All right, so you need to pick a character from the Star Wars universe. Amy, who would you like to choose?
Salacious Crumb.
I should have known because you made that tweet the other night. All right. Salacious Crumb, was that?
I like him.
Was that the Jabba, the little guy who hang out with Jabba?
It's the little thing, yeah. It's like.
The one with the really annoying laugh that I want to fucking blow the shit out of every time I see him. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's great. That guy. He's like Jabba's little dog thing. I don't know what.
Yeah.
He's got a whole history, man. Like, you can read stories about him and everything.
Good, well, maybe that'll help you out.
They're way bigger geeks than me in this world.
Salacious Crumb, okay. Alasdair, who would you like to choose from Star Wars?
I'd like to choose Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, very nice. We're getting some choices I didn't expect. Very good. Nicole.
Well, since I mentioned her earlier, I'm going to go with Ahsoka.
Okay.
She's from the Clone Wars, so.
And Shawn.
Chewbacca.
All right, cool. Nice. Very good.
Shawn is a simple man with simple taste.
Simple taste.
So, by the way, before I reveal her chosen, Atapuka says, fastest commercial breaks ever, and no commercials. I like these. Yeah, they're pretty good if you're watching live. All right, so the character I've chosen that you guys will have to argue romantic pairings with is Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shawn's excited. All right. So, Shawn, since you're so excited, why don't you, even though you don't like going first, you're going to have to this time.
I'm going to.
Why don't you tell me why Chewbacca and Jabba would make a good romantic pairing?
Listen, I'm going to be honest, okay? I'm going to use my serious voice. If there's anyone on this list of potential lovers for Jabba the Hutt, I don't care about Salacious Crumb. It comes down to one thing. Who here could actually lift Jabba the Hutt? One man. And you know what? He wouldn't be worried about Jabba's little slime. He wouldn't. You know why? Because he detangles. He conditions. And he meets him in fun places. You know where they met? They met on Tinder. That's how you know they're down to party.
Right? Swipe right.
Actually, he swept up for a date. Is that the right one? Up? I wouldn't know. I'm not on it.
I'm not on it either. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, that got weird.
Well, actually,
yeah, and then Jeff said nothing.
Sorry, I was on mute. I was on mute. Sorry.
Wait, Shawn, didn't they meet on Grindr?
Oh no, they didn't because they accidentally got paired. No, Grindr would definitely not be a place that they'd date. That's for sure. They would meet in an Olive Garden bathroom.
Well, that makes sense. It's all. Is it never ending like breadsticks there or something? Jabba would like that.
Super salad and breadsticks. They got those new panini things. They could have a northern tour of Italy if they'd like. Maybe wash it down with a glass of Clos de Bois. I mean, whatever, man. They're down to party.
And now, please enjoy this commercial for Olive Garden.
When you're here, you're family.
All right, sir. Very, very good argument.
It was decent. I can rebut it. I'm waiting.
Oh, I can't wait for the rebut. Amy, would actually? So Amy's got a little bit of an advantage here from her character. Maybe she's chosen. Salacious Crumb. Why would he make a good if it's a he? Why would he make a good romantic pairing with Jabba?
Well, the thing is, to start out with, at least it's canon. Salacious Crumb has been, very loyal to Jabba forever, basically, and they're inseparable. He lives on Jabba's stomach, and that's kind of a symbiotic relationship, and Jabba has a great deal of loyalty and trust in him, so he's not going to ever... It's like very important true love stuff here, alright? This is how I love... I don't write love stories for this reason, alright?
I don't know why.
Basically,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's canon. They're already there. Yeah. Yeah,
All
I
right,
ain't a
cool.
dry house.
I'm going to go to Nicole because she was just making a ridiculously weird face, probably at her husband off screen.
Not because he gave me food.
Oh, nice. Oh, we don't have any food. You're a jerk. All right.
Way to rub it in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
okay.
why would...
Food, I ain't got any food.
So who is it? Ahsoka, right?
Ahsoka, yeah.
Well, you're going to win, obviously.
Well, I mean, she's a little young for him, but she's very eager to please, and she's engaged in some of the most deadly people in the galaxy, and she's overcome them, and she can defeat a lot of people. And she also had a brief brush with the dark side.
Are you reading her biography right now?
No, I'm not really good at coming up
Dude, you're
with
such a cheater. You're such a cheater.
Why?
You're supposed to just do it. You're supposed to just do it. I know, but still, come on.
I'm not super familiar with all the characters, so I wanted to make sure I could at least that's all I was gonna say. I mean, because she's that's all.
All right. So, by the way, Young and Eager to Please is also the name of a video you can see on ujiz.com.
That's yucky, Jeff. Don't say stuff like that.
Well, Nicole, you're the one who said it. Come on, you said it. She's young and eager to please. It's ridiculous.
Well, she is. What do you want me to say? That's the only thing I can say to make her win.
I would have talked down the merits of the other characters. I wouldn't have said something that made her sound like
yeah, you made a porn movie. Jeez.
I didn't mean to. Sorry.
That's fine. The rest of us watch porn, I'm sure. I know you don't, but Alice has rainbows in it and Care Bears. All right, Alasdair, Qui-Gon Jinn and Jabba.
Qui-Gon Jinn and Jabba the Hutt. Right. So Jabba the Hutt, at the end of the day, what is he? He's a mob boss. He's got his extended family, his crime family, and Qui-Gon Jinn strikes me as someone who would care a great deal about his family as well. He strikes me as a man with a very particular set of skills who would go to any length for his extended family. So I think that if they were together, the head of the Tatooine Syndicate, they would be able to be a great pairing to run things like no one else could ever hope to do. No one could ever match those two put together, and the lengths that they would go to. So yeah.
All right. Very, very nicely done, sir. So our buddy Deepu from Panelist Detective just tweeted in, would Chewbacca and Jabba spend their dates talking about Han? I don't know, Shawn, would they?
No, I actually already responded to him to tell him that they would be talking about other things, like the Girt and Grime of the original trilogy. And then I also thought that they would talk about hand sanitizer. It just was something on the top of my head. I was thinking, maybe things are dirty. And there's no soap because it clearly looks like there was no soap in Return of the Jedi. Just saying.
Yeah, no, it is. People are pretty dirty there. You're right. They could use hand sanitizer.
Yeah, and I also picture lots of chamber pots because there's no bathrooms. That's going to be like a recurring theme when I'm on your show. Like, I'm going to talk about how there's no bathrooms in these universes because no one's ever going to them.
Milk pee and no bathrooms. Nice. Very good.
Yeah, no, well, the milk pee thing, that was one of those non sequiturs.
All right, so I'll have to make a decision here. Who made the best argument? So Shawn started off very strong, and I was leaning towards him. But then Alasdair, I actually thought it was a very well thought out argument. So I'm going to give it to Alasdair. Qui-Gon, good job, sir.
Yay!
You know what I gotta say? Like, for me, it was Alasdair specifically because he put in that reference to Taken in the middle of the Qui-Gon Jinn argument.
Hey, man, yeah, whatever you got to do.
Very particular set of skills.
Liam Neeson is just too
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson just
Liam
far too
Neeson's
good at everything.
All right, so
King of
we got
Gamers.
here. Let's do one more of these, and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. And by the way, people on Twitter are hungry for Olive Garden now, thanks to Shawn.
You're welcome.
So let's go to the Buffy universe, another favorite of ours that we like to talk about. So you each need to pick a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I hate that show.
Are you being sarcastic again?
No, I'm being serious.
Oh my God! If Tanya was here,
I know.
she would literally stake you right now. She would go to Miami and stake you.
But she would stake me like someone in the show Forever Night.
Ah!
Dropping bombs.
Yeah, she really did that. Sean, next time you go to Tanya, tell her Forever Night is a better vampire show than Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, it clearly is.
Have you even seen Forever Night, Shawn?
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. That's what I love about it.
It's awesome.
No, it's good.
It's awesome. You shut up.
No, it is. Okay,
I love Forever Night, man.
Listen,
Wow.
the best part about Forever Night was not when they turned it into a TV show. I still love Rick Springfield in it.
I still haven't seen that version. I have it on DVD. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah,
it was like $1 or something.
I can't. No, because like it's the same thing as that pilot. It's exactly the same, except for with a different guy. And I see Nick as Drake Wynn Davies or however you say his name, and like I just watched the other one. I'm like, this isn't right.
All right, so before we get to the Buffy choices,
Forever Night is super awesome.
It is. I agree. I'm with you, Amy. I'm always with you, Forever Night. So
we never tell anybody what it is.
Okay, so here,
Like,
quickly,
you keep
quickly
saying Forever Night is super awesome. You have to tell them what it is.
All right, well, tell them what is Forever Night. Very quickly, tell them.
Forever Night is a really, really cheesy old TV show from Canada in the 90s, about a vampire cop on the permanent night shift who has this sort of middle-aged, balding, overweight partner called Skanky, which, well, I don't know why they called him that, but I'm assuming it didn't used to mean that. But anyways, so he's got a good friend who's coroner or something, and she's the only one who knows that he's a vampire, but he's trying to like atone for his sins and try to become human again. And it's really funny, and it's really self-aware, and a lot of it's got really cool storylines and stuff if you can kind of get over the cheesiness aspect, and I love it. To me, I like Buffy. Like, Buffy's a great show, but to me, yes, I like Forever Night more than I like Buffy.
Wow.
I like Forever Night as a vampire story better than any vampire story there is. Sorry, guys.
Wow,
it's true. For me,
bold claims being made on the show.
I like it. It's great.
I have a question.
Yes.
I love that show.
Did any of you guys like Moonlight?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, I know what you're talking about. It only lasted a season.
Yeah, the one with the dude from
Y50.
Yeah.
I actually did dig that. I'd like to see it continue.
Yeah, my wife and I used to watch that a lot.
Dude.
Wasn't that the Forever Night remake?
Like, seriously.
He was a private investigator.
It really was. Oh, it was so bad.
It was the Forever Night. No, it was. It was originally announced as a remake, and the people that made Forever Night were like, what? No, don't do what? Stop. And then they were like, not a remake, by the way, but then they kept the guy's name was Mick, and like it's all the same. And I was just like,
what do you mean? He's a private investigator. That's nothing like a detective.
Oh
Yeah,
my
sorry,
God.
Scratch
I
is
couldn't
all-
believe
That's
it,
the
man.
noise.
I was
Nicole's
just like,
eating.
what?
I thought something was
Yeah,
falling
she's
in my
eating.
house.
That's what Nicole. Yeah.
So go check
But
out
yeah,
Forever
no,
Night,
I was
folks.
just like, what is this? Yeah. Forever Night and Caledonia both.
Yeah, check it out too. Forever Night does have a.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I love the characters of Forever Night. That was like the main thing for me. I think they were really cool characters.
Yeah. Me too. I think that's exactly why, for me, it didn't work in the third season, because all of the characters and the way they interacted with each other was what made the show a great show. And then they got, like, they didn't have all the same people in the last season, and it didn't work as well, I don't think. Although LaCroix got even more ridiculous. By season 3, he was just way, like, off in the stratosphere ridiculous.
You guys are spoiling this for me. I haven't even seen it yet. Come on.
You're not gonna watch it. Stop.
No, I know.
We're not
I'm gonna
spoiling
go to
anything, really.
Walmart and buy the DVD
You can
set.
get it for $5 probably.
$8.
Okay.
I've got the first 2 seasons. I've got the first 2 seasons of DVD actually.
Bring them to.
Yeah.
I will. We'll do a Forever Night marathon in LA.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I'm coming to LA, and I'm going to be living in Koreatown where you are, so I'll show that to you. Like, I'll show
There
you
you go.
that stupid show. Like,
By the way,
though, I wanted to say before we go on.
yes, sure, go ahead.
What? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I wanted to. The thing is, like, I like to talk about stuff like Forever Night, because when I encounter geek stuff and whatever, it's always kind of the same rehashed, exact same stuff everybody always talks about. And like, when I was a kid, being a geek meant like you were geeking out about a specific thing. It wasn't always exactly like you had to have A, B, C, and D, and then that makes you a geek. Like, so, you're. Every time geek stuff comes up, it's, Star Wars, comic book movies, blah, 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 and it's sort of the same stuff. And, like, I really like to hear kind of other offshoots of what people were really passionate about, because to me that's what a geek really is. Like, So I just wanted to say I like mentioning stuff like Forever Night, because people don't know about it, and that's that whole cult classic idea that used to be the definition, at least to me, what being a geek or a nerd was, so...
That's right here. We're here, folks, to tell you about cult series you've never heard about before and make you watch them. Our job is done, actually, if we do that.
Well, why not?
I agree. No, I'm totally down with that.
Just so you know, I started watching this Australian show called Dance Academy. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it or seen it, but it's actually, it's really great. I love it, and I've been, like, obsessing over it.
I love how that was so 180 degrees from Forever Night, and like it couldn't be any more possible different.
Listen, guys, I've been watching this show lately on DVD. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called The Care Bears, and it's about these bears with things on their tummy. And what
Oh
they
my
do is
God!
project
What
it,
happened?
And they save the day all the time, and they're so happy. I mean, like, how can you not be happy when you watch The Care Bears? Oh,
When the
awesome.
Care Bears stare.
I'll loan you. Actually, if I come to LA, I'll bring my sets. I have the whole collection.
Great.
I think we should all just move to LA and Matt's, because that seems to be what the theme is today.
I've been watching this new
specifically to
series.
share cult shows like the Care Bears.
Yeah, Care Bears rock, man. I've been watching this new show from Norway called Young and Eager to Please.
That's not funny, Jeff.
You're never living that one down, Nicole.
You almost said Shawn.
You look very similar.
Yeah, you almost said Shawn. I heard the yes.
We're both white, so. You know.
Jeff isn't, though. And
No, nobody else is white on this show.
All white people look the same.
Well, Nicole is the pastiest.
I'm the pasty. I'm pretty pasty.
What are you talking about? Really?
Yeah, I just have the good lighting in here, so I look tan, but I'm really white. Like, really, 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 really white.
I'm seeing this.
All right,
I'm seeing this stuff about Olive Garden on Twitter. I'm seeing this stuff about Olive Garden, and I just want to let you know that Alasdair doesn't know what that is and would never have eaten there, and has no.
Alasdair, Olive Garden is
that's
a
a very
chain restaurant in the United States that, for some reason, everyone loves to go to, but it's not really that good. So I don't know why they do that.
Not even close.
The breadsticks are great.
That's the American way.
Yeah.
It's an Italian chain restaurant.
It's
where
an
you
Italian
get all you can
chain
eat
restaurant.
breadsticks.
owned by the Darden Corporation, who also owns Red Lobster and Smoky Bones Grill. And
Smoky Bones! That's one of my favorites.
They
down
happen
with
to
that.
be enormous scumbags in their hiring procedures. Not that I ever worked for
Well,
them.
we're never getting them to sponsor us now.
No, don't worry about it. Screw you, Darden.
Miami Web Festival sponsor us instead, I guess. Make up for that.
Miami Web Festival sponsors the
All
show,
right. Well, moving right along.
Brian,
Nicole's like,
what the hell?
let's stop pissing people off. All right, so yes, let's get back to the game. That was a crazy tangent.
Piss off here, Jim.
All right, back there. Here we go. We'll wrap this game up, and then. I don't even know what you're doing, Shawn. Yeah, back to one true pairing. So Buffy universe. That's how we got on this tangent. By the way, for all you Buffy fans out there, Buffy is the far superior show. I will defend you guys. So anyway.
I like Buffy, and I like Buffy.
All right, good. It's all good.
I do.
So, Amy, what is your choice for a character from Buffy?
Giles.
All right. So, Alasdair, what about you?
Xander.
Nicole?
Cordelia.
Cool. Did you have to look that up on the internet?
Yeah. Well, I remember her. I loved her, but I just kind of like refreshed my memory.
And Shawn.
Violet.
Who's Violet?
Vi. Season 7 and 8. Come on, man. Get with it. It's Felicia Day.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
I always forget she was in Buffy.
Yeah, I'm dropping the hammer, people.
I remembered her. I couldn't remember the name that she had, but I remember she
All
had
right.
it.
So, luckily I had two choices here because my first choice was going to be Giles, but I can't use that because Amy chose him.
Sorry.
So, I will go with my other choice, who is actually my favorite character from Buffy, and that is Spike. So, all right, so you got to argue why your character would make the best romantic pairing with Spike, which shouldn't be too hard. I think Spike would really sleep with anybody, to be honest with you. So, let's go in a different order than last time. So, Amy, why would Giles and Spike, which is just hilarious thinking about that, hook up?
I think Giles and Spike are perfect together, man. Like, you've got the sort of tweety British guy and the badass British guy, and in like actual real life, the guy that plays Giles taught the guy who plays Spike how to speak in that accent because that's his real accent. Like, he's doing an RP accent for the show, but it's not his real accent. He actually talks like Spike. When they did that sort of thing where they were young again, he just reverted back to his real accent. So like, he's already got that whole like training the guy thing going on. I guess that's more of a real life thing. But aside from that, like, yeah, they're both British, and believe me, having lived in Britain as an American, it's a difficult thing and a lot of cultural confusion. So I'm gonna say that they would go well together in that universe because they're pretty much the only British people besides Ethan Rayne, and whoever. But like, that's not the point. So I'll say, as far as main primary characters, that's why. They could both drink tea. And, obviously Spike's going to have blood in his, but...
Nice. Have some nice tea after the sex. That's good. All right, so Alasdair.
All right, so everyone knows that Spike wanders around being a massive badass and a huge tough guy, but we also know that he's secretly just this massive sweetheart who just likes to write bad poetry and is really just a huge romantic. And we also know that Xander is also just a really sweet guy and also a huge romantic at the same time. So I think that Xander would do a great job of getting Spike to go back to that old side of his and sort of bring it back out of him, and that they would be able to really enjoy each other's company, having like wonderful dates and doing all the really romantic things together, and it would be a great turning point for Spike as a character.
All right. Alasdair has he always has these well thought out answers. It's amazing. All right. Nicole.
Okay, well, I definitely am not going to be as great as Alasdair, but, well, she's a cheerleader, and she's really peppy and really pretty, and she's smart because, she, like, started that detective agency, and, you know, she has visions of people who need help. So maybe they could, like, you know, find people in distress and together, and that could be like a cool date. Like, they find people in distress and she tries to help him and then he doesn't. I don't know. And then they have something to talk about. And and again, she's really pretty and she's a cheerleader, and maybe she'll like do some dances and cheers for him, and then, you know.
All right. Well, that would work for me. She's smoking hot. So, Shawn.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyone who's a real Buffy fan is going to be mad at me for slaughtering canon. But if I'm not mistaken here, people, Spike and Violet had a thing, and not a real thing. They shared a moment where she thought legitimately he was going to kill her, but he didn't, because deep down in his soul, he may be a romantic, but he has a thing for gingers. And as someone that's sitting here today, a ginger, it's important to say gingers are better lovers. And she's young and eager to please, and she'd do whatever it took to unfreeze her frosty heart while not staking it.
All right. All right. So, very good arguments, everybody.
Except for me.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that, but okay.
No, it's fine.
So, you know what? Just because I was so amused by how ridiculous it was, I'm going to give it to Nicole.
Got it.
And also the fact that I think Charisma Carpenter, who plays Cordelia, is super hot and beautiful. So.
Yeah.
And I can totally see Spike would tap that totally, without a question.
But it's Felicia Day. You wouldn't think he'd hit that?
No, he would hit anything, to be honest with you, I think.
Good.
He'd have sex with you, man.
Who
wouldn't? All right.
Start the list at my wife. Oh God, I'm glad she's in bed. She'd be so mad.
All right, cool. So that's good. I'm sorry. All right, that's gonna wrap us up. Very good job, everybody. Good arguing. Oh, Amy already left. She's like, God damn it, I lost both games. Fuck you guys.
She's ghost like Swayze.
I'm gonna get drunk. That's what she said.
Yeah. That Deirdre was promising herself earlier.
So before we go, Alasdair, do you want to give any quick links where people can watch Caledonia?
Sure. You can find all our videos on our website at www.caledoniaseries.co.uk, and we are also on YouTube. And you can usually find us on YouTube by just searching for Caledonia series, and then season. Just if you want to start at the beginning, season 1, episode 1.
Hey, I can prove to you that works. Because earlier today I searched for Caledonia on YouTube and it came right up.
Yeah, great.
Caledonia series, actually. I had to put the series in, like you said.
Unfortunately, Caledonia is a pretty popular word.
Yeah.
Who knew? We thought we were making something completely original up, and turns out someone else had already used the word for something. Well, imagine our surprise. So, yeah, so just go on to our website or just hit us up on YouTube. And we hope you enjoy our show.
Awesome, cool. By the way, whenever like somebody from England or Scotland just reads even like a link, it sounds so much cooler than we do it in America. I think. So I think we should have Alasdair or other British people just read like links for us all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll come on like just to do a thing each week and just do a quick readout.
Yeah, exactly. You come at the end just to do that every week.
Totally.
All right, cool. That's going to wrap us up tonight. Big thanks to Alasdair and Amy, who got disconnected, I think, at the end, for being on. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yay!
Thank you.
And Shawn, thanks for being the new Tanya today.
Hey, you know,
Yes.
I tried.
You did a really good job.
I insulted you about Care Bears, evidently, and I hated on Buffy, so I did well.
Yes. All our fans can't wait for you to come back. All right, and Nicole, thank you for also mentioning the only time you'll ever make a porn reference on the show in the history of Super Geeked Up.
I didn't know that was like a thing. I just...
Sure,
I will
okay.
just stop.
Sure, you did. Sure. All right. Nicole secretly just watches porn all the time, by the way. She puts on this act like she's innocent, and she's addiction to it.
No, Jeff, stop it. You're really going to make people think that.
Outpatient treatment.
Nicole, if anybody has watched a second of the show, nobody would ever believe that.
No.
Ever. About you. I think you're safe.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, so guys, thank you.
Sorry.
There, Amy, no problem. You came in just in time. We're about to leave. Alasdair gave the links again, so we're all good with that. Thank you so much for being on. And thank you guys for watching, as always, and for tweeting in. We love you guys. We'll be back next Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, as always. Check us out, youtube.com/SKU web series. And you can check out some of our old episodes, too. And, all right, so thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Jeff! 2-year
What?
anniversary! 2-year anniversary!
Oh, my God. Thank you, Nicole. So, I am the worst about this. Every time we hit an anniversary, I forget. Which, last year, I announced it the week after our 1-year anniversary. This is also the week after our 2-year anniversary, which I almost forgot to announce again. Thank you, Shawn, for the... Yes, very nice. The lighter.
God damn it.
So yeah, that's what happens. See, when you have a broadsword lightsaber, that's what's going to happen.
I'm certainly not a Jedi. I think that there's not a fat Jedi.
You can be a fat Jedi if you want.
I think
Dude,
that
Nicole, what the fuck? You're supposed to tell me he's not fat, not that he's just
Well, he's not fat.
if you could
He's
access
not.
the
I'm
Force,
just
the
saying
first
if
thing
you
you would...
wanted to be, you could.
I'm going to use the midichlorians to suddenly be super skinny.
You're not fat, though.
I'm big
No,
bone.
seriously. No, you're not. I was just saying that if you wanted to be a fat Jedi, you could.
Well, you know where I could get fat, right? Olive Garden.
Oh, God.
Circling back. Circling.
Very nice. All right, guys. So, yes, anyway, last week actually was our 2-year anniversary of Super Geeked Up. So, yeah, thank you guys for being here. It's actually pretty cool that we've made it 2 years and we're still going. So thank you guys for watching. Even if you've only watched one episode, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And for those of you who've been on with us from the beginning or for a long time, we really we love you guys a lot. All right, so that's gonna do us for us this week. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday. Until then, yes, and as Nicole says, we heart you. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. We'll see you next week.